Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, so we have the following molecules. One, we have a phenyl ring next to a chlorine on a wedge, which neighbors a methyl group. Chlorine on a hash, which neighbors a methyl group on a wedge. And then there's a 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon chain. And this is reacting with basically a ethoxide ion. Right, and what we need to do is draw the E2 product. And before we can do that, we need to redraw this substrate in the correct orientation for an E2 reaction. Now, recall that for an E2 reaction to take place, we need the leaving group, which in this case is chlorine. I've drawn that C and then a script L, so we can tell that it's not Ci. I always draw my L's as a script in chemistry. Chlorine is our leaving group. We need that to be anti-periplanar with a hydrogen on the neighboring carbon, right? But the problem is our hydrogen is not currently anti-periplanar, so we need to rotate basically about that bond until our hydrogen is on a wedge and our hydrogen is on the wedge instead of our methyl group. So if we rotate about this bond 120 degrees, right, hydrogen will take the place of methyl. Our methyl will take the place of our 1, 2, 3, 4 butyl group and butyl, and our N-butyl will take the place of our hydrogen. So we're going to redraw that with this being the case. So chlorine still on a hash, phenyl group still over here to the right, but now we have a hydrogen on a wedge. Okay, we have a methyl group in the plane, and we have an N-butyl group, 1, 2, 3, 4 on a dash. And now we have our leaving group of chlorine, anti-periplanar with the hydrogen. Okay, and what that means is for drawing our product, if an E2 reaction happens, is that we can draw the same skeleton in terms of this part, right? But with a double bond in between. So like so. Okay, and then our chlorine and our hydrogen will be gone, but the unpictured hydrogen here, right, will be which is anti-periplanar to this N-butyl group, will be trans to the N-butyl group in our E2 product. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so that is our E2 product. And well, this is how to redraw the substrate so that it can undergo an E2 reaction, right? With the idea that the chlorine needed to be anti-periplanar with the neighboring hydrogen. And then once that is achieved, we can use that to draw the product.